Dave, live on BT Sport tomorrow. Barnet at the Vic, already 7 wins in a row. But what Barnet probably is not having their best of seasons. But what are you expecting from Barnet?
We're expecting the best version of Barnet to turn up. I expect it to be a really, really tough game. Really, really easy to look at their predicament or towards the bottom of the table or bottom of the table. Really, really poor not won games. But then you look at, I suppose, anomalies that says, well, the last win they had was last weekend and they beat Halifax. Halifax then went and beat Torquay away from home, who were top of the league by a significant number of points. And then you look at the individual players in their squad and go, that's not a team that should be in the position they're in. So we have to expect, and we will expect, the best version of them. What we've got to concentrate on is producing the best version of us, and finding a way, as we have done really, really well, finding a way to win a game of football. We're, like I say, we're obviously looking forward to it. We go into it in really, really good shape, really positive environment, and looking to go and win and win in front of, like I said, a TV audience. Although all of our games this year have been in front of a TV audience rather than a live audience as such.
Just about mention, as you said, the fact that we're on TV, it's kind of common knowledge now that we may struggle a little bit when we are on BT. How much does that play into the player's mind, and how much does that be involved in your conversations beforehand?
No, there's no involvement in our conversations beforehand. Again, I think players are, for me, and again, I can only speak from my experiences, I'd want every game to be on the TV. I would when I was playing, and I do when I'm managing, and I love the TV cameras being at the venue wherever you might be playing, because in the main, you're on the TV for a reason. You're not on the TV because you're rubbish. We all get the opportunity, and we're all on the TV probably, well, certainly with the National League, you're on the TV once through the season. I'm looking at it going, well, the big games towards the back end of the season, the playoff games, the playoff final, the FA Trophy final, the FA Cup games when you progress, they tend to be on the TV if you're doing all right. So it says something about you, something about how you're doing. And they're, for me, the games that you want to play in. So it's a big opportunity, but it's another game. I don't think within what we've got, people are affected by a few extra TV cameras being there. My record personally is really, really good. All I can go off this year, the sort of TV game we had against Torquay, we were really poor. They were really good. And when that happens in a game, you can end up with the scoreline that ended up. But I suppose from our perspective, if it does give you do need any little extra motivation, then that little extra bit of motivation is there for me. But it doesn't come into our talking prior to the game. No one needs telling that every game for us now, between now and the end of the season, is a big game, and a game that we're looking forward to and want to go and win.
It hasn't been confirmed yet, but the teams at the bottom may not face relegation. Obviously, Barnet in and around there. How much do you think that changes their approach to these type of games, especially when you look at Tuesday night and they were defeated 5-1?
At the moment, I don't think it changes their approach, because, as you say, nothing's been confirmed. I think if it's confirmed that there's no relegation, there'll be a huge weight and a huge big black cloud lifted off their football club, and I include that right throughout. I include the players, the management, the staff, the chairman, all those things, because relegation can have a huge impact regardless of what league you can go in from. In saying that, all of a sudden then, from a player and a management perspective, it's your careers that you're playing for. So they'll want to take care of their own business, if you like, and not rely on the fact that other leagues weren't able to continue, so they avoided relegation. But at the moment, that's not the case. That's still, like I say, still hanging over them. And until things are absolutely clarified, that continues to be the case. So we've got to know that they're under pressure, with what's going on. They'll be hurting because of, again, they got a good result in the fact they beat Halifax, and then all of a sudden they get Tuesday night's result, which sets them back. They certainly know that they're on the TV, and their supporters will be watching at home, and they won't want to be, I suppose, tarred with certain accusations about their team and a team that, or players that have been relegated. So they'll be doing everything they can. And like I said, we've got to prepare, like we will, that we're going to get the best version of them players individually. But we've got to concentrate on, we've got to produce our best performances individually and collectively in order to get a result.
Quick turnaround from Tuesday night, which it almost felt like a defeat watching from the stands, just because how dominant we were. But how much have you taken from that game, and just kind of give us an overall assessment of the squad at the moment and any injuries or people maybe coming back for Saturday?
I think what you have to do in instances like Tuesday is take a huge amount from the game, because we were very, very good. Having watched the game back and having the game had the reaction that it had, probably in the flesh, you don't realise potentially how good we were and how dominant we were. And like I say, that for me is a huge, huge positive. Reflected really well on our group, and we've got to reproduce that. That's what we reproduce. If we reproduce that, then we're a match for anyone, and we'll win games. The detail and probably a little bit of luck on Tuesday didn't go in our favour. Sometimes that happens. The important thing for me is when that does happen is that you don't concede. And if we play poorly, if we don't make good decisions, and if we're not at it, and we can't, the pitch may not be, all them different things that sometimes things don't go your way. If you come away and you've not conceded and you go away with a 0-0, I'd take that. I'd take that. We did more than enough to win the game, created really good opportunities, didn't stick them away. Sometimes that happens. What can't happen, or what you'll get punished for over the course of the season, is if that happens 10 times and you don't take your chances, and 10 results don't go in your favour that you should win, then you ain't going to be successful at the back end of the season. You can get away with it once or twice. Hopefully that's our once or twice ticked off. And if we produce the same performance tomorrow that we did on Tuesday, I will absolutely take it now. Absolutely take it, because I think if we do that, then we give ourselves a really, really good chance of winning. In terms of the squad, like I say, we're in a good place. No massive problems from Tuesday, few bumps and bruises and knocks and things. The one that's a potential doubt is Ryan Donaldson. He's had a flare up with his foot problem. He had an injection about 3 weeks ago now. Obviously he's come back, and that's again causing him some discomfort. So we just need to see where he is. But apart from him, we're in good shape. Feds potentially comes back in the picture. Has trained Monday, did the warm up and some running on Tuesday. Trained fully yesterday. He'll train again today. We're in a position where we don't need to force any issues with that. We've got midfield players, so we don't need to put him in a situation where we might set him back. But we know that he's important to us, and if he feels confident and he gets through training today, then we'll make a decision based around him and his involvement.